Summertime is smoothie time. Let's go. Hey everyone, welcome into Bricks and Mortar, an ongoing cooking series on my YouTube channel where I'm going to show you all of the recipes that I've learned from my days cooking in kitchens, and I'm trying to focus these recipes to include foods that promote things like hair health, skin health, heart health, muscle growth, weight loss, sexual health, all those different kinds of things. And today we are making my all-time favorite go-to smoothie. Now this smoothie is something that I've been having almost every day for several years. I've had it for breakfast, sometimes I have it after a workout, sometimes I have it as a snack or as dinner. It is an outstanding recipe. It is super simple. I'm going to show you how to make a single serving recipe of it today using the Blendtec Stealth Nitro. So let's get into it. Now, with smoothies in general, one of the biggest mistakes that I see people make with smoothies is they put ice in a smoothie. And I know that's such a common thing, and it drives me nuts because ice, as some of us know, is just frozen water. So what ends up happening is as soon as that ice starts to melt in your smoothie, it starts to dilute and separate, and it makes your smoothie much more watery. So I'm going to show you a quick way around that to still give you a smoothie that's cold to drink and refreshing, but holds together and doesn't separate. For this recipe, we're going to be using only a few ingredients. I have frozen blueberries, avocado. Now I'm using two types of protein. The first one I have is Ascent protein, and this is their chocolate peanut butter flavor. I absolutely love Ascent's protein. It's super pure, it's super powdery, and it mixes incredibly well in just water in a shaker, or it mixes really, really well when you do a smoothie like this. And the other type of protein I'm using is Vital with the collagen peptides. You can get this, at any Walmart or Costco or whatever. But I love not only the flavor of this is also in chocolate, but also that it has collagen in it as well. And the final ingredient I use is unsweetened organic almond milk. This is the order that I blend this in and build this smoothie to make sure that it mixes as well as possible. The first ingredient I add in this is avocado. And I typically use about a half of an avocado or a fourth. Now this may be a little different for you depending on if you get those avocados that are as big as bowling balls, or if you get the teeny tiny avocados from a place like Walmart that look like blueberries themselves. But I typically use about a half of an avocado. I put that ingredient in first. The next ingredient I add is going to be the frozen blueberries. Now earlier I said a lot of people use ice instead, right? Because that helps fill the drink up with volume and it helps keep it cold. But as I mentioned, that makes it separate over time. So what I use is, instead of fresh blueberries, frozen blueberries. So this will kind of simulate that. It'll help make the drink cold. It'll help add some freezing texture and some thickness to it, but I'm not using ice, which is frozen water, so I don't have to worry about my drink being diluted. Next, I add 1 scoop of each of these protein powders. And this is just a recipe that works for me. Again, I'm kind of trying to focus on, give me a blend of functionality, of purpose, of healthy, and also of just tasting good. So I'm adding in 1 scoop of the Ascent protein powder. As I make a mess, don't mind me. And then I'm adding in 1 scoop of the Vital collagen peptides in the chocolate flavor as well. There's that. And what I have found to be the best amount of liquid, the right amount of liquid, is about 6 ounces of unsweetened organic almond milk. And I try to add this in just a little bit at a time. And something that helps is I let it go, it'll kind of bubble. I can gently squeeze the sides, very gently, to help that milk get down further into the drink. The reason I add 6 ounces instead of 8 or even more is I prefer to have my smoothie a little on the thicker side. This is the most fun and the coolest part of this blending process. Is you might have noticed that I'm blending this in a clear Solo cup. And this blender, the Blendtec Stealth Nitro, is designed to be able to blend this cup in this contraption here, which you'll see in a little bit. And it's awesome because it gives you a perfect serving size with little to no waste. And I absolutely love that. Now you can blend this in a regular blender jar, no problem. I just use this because I work with this product during my day job, and it's just an awesome product, and I have one at home. I've had one for several years, and I think it's great. What I don't love is it uses plastic solo cups. So what I try to do to offset this is I buy a sleeve of these, and then I try to use each one a couple of times. So I'll try to use it, 3-4 times. I rinse it out, maybe hand wash it with soap or whatever, since it's just me drinking it. I give it a few taps on the counter, make sure everything is mixed. I'm gonna drop this in here, put the lid on. Hey kids, pro tip. You might want to plug your blender in if you plan on using it. Flip this up, drop this down, and I'm gonna pulse this or just manually blend this for about 6 to 10 seconds. And all I'm doing is trying to get the base ingredients incorporated, and then I'm gonna let her rip. Now you'll notice that some of the protein did not blend. So what I'll do is I'll manually start this again, let it go for a few seconds, and then I'll blend it again. As soon as it starts to get, the noise of the blender starts to change to where it sounds really kind of loud and aggressive, that's when I'm gonna cut it off, because that's reached the point where there's so much air that's whipped in, and the drink's volume has increased so much that if I keep going, it's gonna start exploding and leaking everywhere. That's all she wrote. Turn the blender off, pull this guy out, and let's take a looky-loo at this. Now, if you notice, that is all of the waste that I have from the blended drink. And I'm gonna pop this up, and there is my drink. What I'll do, always thinking ahead, grab my trusty rubber spatula, and I'm gonna take the rest of this waste, or this excess here, and I'm gonna just spatula it right in to the blender, or to the drink. And you can see that there is virtually zero waste with that. And that's just blending it, or that's just scooping it out for just a few seconds. What I wanna show is the viscosity of it. That's really what's important to see. You'll see here, I'm gonna use a deli cup, and I'm gonna pour this in here. I want you to see the texture. You can see it's really nice and creamy. And that's what I'm going for as I spill some all over the counter. If you take a look here at the back and you wipe it, it'll hold its position. That's called nappe if you were to make a sauce. That's what I prefer. A little bit on the thicker side, and it's gonna hold its shape. And the trick to making it thick like that was the avocado. So that is my secret weapon to making the best smoothie in the world, the best salad dressings in the world. It typically won't have too big of an impact on the color. It can a little bit because it's green, but typically it's not crazy. It won't do something like parsley leaves does or anything like that. My secret weapon is avocado for the creamiest smoothie in the world. That is amazing. These ingredients, super simple. Avocado, frozen blueberries, 2 types of protein. You can just double up on one if you want. And unsweetened almond milk. That's it. Super simple recipe. You can blend in a jar. You can blend in a cup if you'd like as well. All right, thank you so much for watching this very first episode of Bricks and Mortar, an ongoing cooking series on my YouTube channel where I show you all of the recipes I learned from cooking in restaurants, and even some of the recipes I learned, like this one, from cooking at home. This is part of Saturday is Datterday Media, life advice podcasts, book reviews, product reviews, and cooking videos. We'll see you next time on Bricks and Mortar. Thank you so much for watching.